Yo, 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 Nakama Worldwide. Welcome back to Konkurasaki Corner. It's your boy Vim.
Yo.
It's the boy Rooks.
Wablo.
And it's me, Serge. And we're here to bring you our latest live reaction / review of My Hero Academia. That's Boku no Hero Academia, chapter 284, Deep Blue Battling, however you like me to drop it, man.
If you haven't already, don't forget to smash that subscribe button. Don't forget to hit the like, and we'd like to give a massive shout out and thank you to everyone that's been supporting us so far. Always appreciated. But shall we get into this?
Bro, Vim, you got to take us away, bro.
All right.
It's a mad opening.
I just want to give it a second. Kohai, man, he's doing a lot now. I can't wait till this is actually animated. That's gonna be mad. Okay. If Shigaraki touches the ground again, it will mean another wave of mass destruction. Deku's in the air, Black Whip all waving around, he's holding everyone. I gotta keep him up in the air. And he's hovering over him. Oh, okay, Black Whip is getting shaky here. No good. My control is shaky. And
so he's got Shigaraki up in the air as well. Like he's actually going on.
The last chapter. They had him in the last chapter.
Yeah, he captured him.
Okay.
Or to the last page of the last chapter, like he was one of the he lifted everyone.
Okay.
Take care of Gran Torino and the rest. And he put everyone on the ground. They need first aid now. Get to it, Shuttle. Is that what your son's gonna do? How pathetic. The #1 hero should be up there. It should be me. That's why he's angry. He's taking out his Shuttle. Hang on, Deku. You're the one guy who needs to keep his distance from that creep. He's no longer being held back by Erasure. Well, who else can keep Shigaraki off the ground? Baku and Deku going back and forth. You like the sky that much? Good. Because after I steal one for all, I'll send you straight.
I thought so.
Yeah, this guy.
Trust me.
Same goes for that old fool and the others down there. You're not gonna hurt them anymore.
Can I just say quickly, like Bakugo is like his response is very like kind of caring, like for him. Like, hang on, Deku. It's not really. I mean, I know like they kind of built up in the kind of preliminary arcs that he was developing teamwork, but for him to like outwardly show care towards Deku is like, you know, that's a sign of something to come, man.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, growth in character, Serge. To an extent, but growth in character. Cool with that. And they've been spending a lot of time together.
Yeah.
All right. Mad fight scene. It's like they're being attracted together, like into like a magnet.
It's weird when you look at it. It's like Deku's supposed to be the light, right? And Shigaraki's supposed to be the darkness. When you look at that panel, it's the other way around. In terms of yeah.
My interest is like who's drawing who to who. Like, is that Deku pulling him in with what Black Whip, or is that Shigaraki using a quirk to like draw him in because they look like they're gonna clash?
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking as well.
Well, as long as they clash, I don't care.
Baku goes gritting, staring. You want us to help with this training? Okay, flashback. So, what should we do? Okay, we got Sero, right? Sero tape?
Yeah.
And Uraraka and Proppy.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to the fans. We're getting there. We're learning the names. Doing our best. We appreciate it. Thanks for taking the time to be here. Okay, All Might, Bakugo, and Deku. I'd like some advice about handling my new power. You mean Black Whip? I thought you were whipping like a pro already. Why has he got the throw?
What's this pro stuff like, bro? He ain't got that texture. What's he done?
And what's with the new do?
That's Black Whip. Must be.
Hold on. This is because I keep losing in the training exercise we call catcha with Black Whip. Haven't caught him once yet. Actually, I wanted to ask you, Cyril, about dealing with fast-moving targets since you've got a similar quirk. Catcha rules. If Bakugo evades capture and taps Deku, Bakugo wins. He's not tapping him, he's exploding him.
Yeah, trust me.
But why do explosions come into play? Once a jerk, always a jerk. Huh, Bakugo? Deku's the one who said it make it like a real battle. Deku don't mess around, he's got a heart.
Haki blooms in the heat about what they say, huh?
Hey, then tell me what I can do. I'm still learning how to use my wireless. And shouldn't Aizawa Sensei be the man to teach whip techniques? Professor Uraraka, you're here to teach him about body control while breaking in midair. But Deku's really good at bouncing around, like hippity hoppity. Shout out to the Asians that know about the hippity hoppity. Well, more power means increased hang time. Oh, and he needs to master advanced mobility in midair. As for Aizawa, your teacher is busy at the moment. Okay. I've already got everyone's moves written down. Sensei's too. I think we can find some common ground in terms of how we use our bodies. I'll tell you one thing. If Deku wasn't reaching for the number one hero, he could definitely become a teacher.
Yeah, for real.
I think he'd make a great sensei.
100%. Okay, float. Imagine you're swimming through the air, but keep your arms and legs balanced. Good, good. Okay, so that's how it works. Propulsion by Air Force. Oof, oof. Oh, there you go. Now stay up in the air and get some coaching on Black Whip. Got it.
All right. So we got Bakugo talking to All Might in his skinny form. It's going great, huh? The float quirk suspends the body in midair. Much like her zero gravity, getting a feel for it ahead of time should help him keep it under control. When it manifests, plus conceptualizing what it's like to fly could lead to unlocking it. I think, one thing I'll definitely say, I think the 3 people they picked to help him is very smart how Cole has done that. I really like it. And it kind of includes other characters to have like more of a purpose. So I've kind of enjoyed that. So the nice little boat. Go on.
I actually called it. I did think essentially, and once they start figuring out what his quirks are, everyone's going to need to support him to grow in all of those quirks. So he may have certain things that Shoto can help him with. So there's so many different people in the room that is going to be able to help him, depending on what the other quirks are.
Well,
it's
each quirk is like a different martial art.
It's similar to, have you not seen Avatar: The Last Airbender?
No.
Similar to that then.
Okay.
In that case, where you go to different places and you're so the Avatar, without spoiling things, he needs different teachers in order to learn different things, and it's similar to what's going on here.
Yeah.
Without me spoiling anything, but yeah, that's worth a watch, by the way.
All right, I'm gonna have to take you up on that, man. All right, so Bakugo's leaning with her hands in the pocket, looking all chilled. You can't keep fooling people forever. This ain't like when it was just super strength. Pretty soon, the cat's gonna fly out of the bag. I'm not telling anyone about anything beyond Black Whip. And this training should prevent the next power from exploding out the way this one did. That night, you seem to understand how someone who has great power bestowed on them needs to think very carefully about how it puts others at risk. It's not only the wicked who seek power. And then Bakugo, Deku trusts you with his life, but in the notebook about the successors, your summary of the 4th was kind of half finished. Only that one, and then you see like a little snippet of something. Meanwhile, you wrote down detailed notes for the others, like the cause of death for the 5th, 6th, and 7th. Why is that? Good question. Bakugo's kind of asking for all of us why he's my favorite. And then when I brought it up, you didn't tell me everything, huh? I don't want to speculate and talk about things I'm not sure of. Well, what is it? Did you figure out something about One for All? And then you got All Might response, not yet. Gets a little bit dark because I'm worried for him. You are too. He just deep down, he doesn't take himself into account, which is kind of true because Deku literally, he's always kind of throwing his body in harm's way. He's always been like that. And now that he can do so much more, something doesn't feel right. It makes me want to keep him at arm's length. Back then, I ignored my own weaknesses, so I ended up bullying him. But now you're sincerely helping out with his training. That's your way of trying to atone, right? So it's getting kind of deep, man. Like Bakugo, like emotional. And we've got a little look at that little Afro man looking kind of tight, liking it. Precision over power, nice and easy. I get it. Think of it as an extension of your body, though I'm sure he doesn't see it that way.
So this is proper like martial arts talk here. When we talk about using weapons, that you see it as an extension of your body. I like it. When I said you and Endeavor are a lot alike, I was talking about that change. He couldn't take a good look at himself either until I wound up like this. You'll get a chance to talk eventually. Not that I'm in a position to say much. Yeah. So you could kind of see those similarities earlier on in MHA, like when they were at the tournament and I can't remember who was facing each other, but Endeavor was like, "Shoto, my son," whatever, and then he ended up crossing paths with, I think it was All Might, and you could kind of see the Deku Bakugo relationship between them two, in terms of like being heated.
Yeah.
But now then you see the change where Endeavor was like, "All Might, how do you do it?" Blah 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 blah, and he softened up a little bit, and it's similar to this. Kind of think Bakugo sees him like a brother, if anything.
Yeah.
So then we go back to the present. Endeavor, you gotta make this final one count. Okay, so now we've got Deku. I don't know if he just kicked at Shigaraki and went past him, or if he's pulling him in a different direction. And then Shigaraki's being pulled somewhere. Looks like he's adapting to my 100% attacks and taking hits, but his wounds are healing slower. The damage is sticking. Okay, so Deku is still at 100%. That's interesting. So the last two 100% attacks wrecked my left arm. Maybe it's not that strong. Shigaraki now possesses All for One. And One for All is a power passed down for the sole purpose of beating All for One. He has to go down here. Jeez. So then we got Shigaraki's not in a good position, it looks like. Now's the moment to let it all out. Everything that One for All has to offer. Okay, so this is what they were just discussing about Deku doing really reckless things. And it looks like he's just giving them a hook, no matter what happens to me. Oh, man.
Hey.
So that was a sacrificial blow. That's me. That's crazy.
Oh, well, you can see that, what's his name? Like, Bakugo is about to throw. Like, it seems like Bakugo is about to throw, because they're all in the air, right?
Yeah.
So I don't think Endeavor can kind of move the way he usually would. But with Bakugo's explosions, I'm guessing he's going to use it to create momentum or something. Or he's going to explode with this arm and flick him with that arm to, like, create it. Obviously, Deku has entered. It's what they've kind of foreshadowed. They've said, like, Deku is this guy. He's going to risk it all and whatever. I think his body has to fail because his, like, right now it's too much. Like, there's no way he ends Shigaraki. I think Shigaraki's going to come out really messed up because it's on that kind of trajectory. But I think we have to lose someone. I know I've been saying this for weeks, man, but whether it's Endeavor or Gran Torino or someone's going to have to kind of save him from himself more than Shigaraki, kind of thing. That's how it comes across to me. But, like, this whole chapter kind of feels like the stakes have been taken as high as possible. Like, at the beginning of this arc, I really didn't see this happening to this level or this fast. Like, it's kind of crazy. So I really kind of want to see what Kohai is going to do with it.
I got a prediction for what number 4 is.
Go on.
I might be a reach, but self-healing.
Yeah, makes sense.
And I say that because the way they're talking about how he doesn't care about his own body, he doesn't care about putting himself at risk. If he realizes he has self-healing, he puts himself into the lion's mouth even more than he would anyway. So it becomes a matter of, I'm indestructible, so I'm going to do it because I need to do it. And it's that kind of recklessness that they have to take into account without making him think like that. So be very cautious about explaining that. But the one thing about Deku is, regardless of that self-healing, he'll do it anyway. But that, again, it could be a potential reach. But that's the only thing. how I feel about it, prediction or not, and if it does happen to be true, is we might as well not finish off this rest of the high school because we're already at the peak. Now, what else do we have left to see at the moment?
Mm-hmm.
He's moving very quick. He's OP. We've said this over the past few weeks. So is Shigaraki. So where we go from this, it's a bit difficult.
That's a fair point.
In terms of story.
The only thing that I would say, like, I remember a few chapters ago, they had, like, at the end of it, they showed Erin, and, like, she was coming into the picture. So I think somehow she probably will be utilized to maybe kind of reverse an outcome of sorts, whether it's damage to Deku or something. You know,
like, he's like stabbed his leg off or he's chopped his leg off.
Yeah, so it could be like one of those things. I think she's going to play into this like in the near future. Otherwise, what's the point in her ability? That seems like her entire purpose.
Yeah, there's a lot going on, man. Where the story will go after, it'll be interesting to see if it's even about the school anymore, or if there's going to be some people that, I don't know, leave and go on a different purpose or something. I don't know. It doesn't seem like there's space for a school anymore. Well, don't get me wrong. Just because actually thinking about it, just because Deku's strong doesn't mean he doesn't have a lot to learn. At the same time, he still needs to learn how to control it. And maybe one day, as you said, they could train him up to be a teacher, a mentor.
Yeah. I would like to see them kind of like, this is all happening too fast. I wouldn't mind to go away and see what's going on elsewhere for like a week, man. Like, it's like the stakes are too high. I'm getting nervous. And that's just keeping it real. That's just keeping it real, my guys, man. Like I'm getting nervous for Deku. I'm getting nervous for Endeavor. Like it's kind of peak right now for these people, differently.
Kai is definitely doing a good job of keeping us like captured at the moment. Like, I'd give him that. There's no way that I'm not on the edge of my seat.
That's what I'm saying, man. Like it's another level.
Like, I'm definitely excited to see what it's going to be like animated. I know it's taken us a while to read it, but that's going to be, gone in a click. Like 5 chapters, 6 chapters, 7 chapters in one anime. So, man, I'm excited. I just hope they don't do something similar to, and I don't know what you guys' opinions are on it, but what they did with the Lemillion fight. I expected a lot more from that fight.
And I want to see Lemillion get healed, man. Like right about now, they can use him like real bad.
No doubt, guys. Let us know what you thought about that chapter. Let us know what you think about the predictions that are going on. Do you reckon that the 4th quirk, and I think it's plausible, is some type of regeneration ability? You tell us. If you haven't already, don't forget to smash that subscribe button. Don't forget to hit the like, and don't forget to share the video. The more you share, the more we grow.
But from Kongrasaki Corner, it is that time. Peace out.
Peace out.